Okay, so I'm gonna start. We're going to talk about simple sentence, and let's start. Uh, so first thing, I'm gonna talk about simple sentence parts, which is almost the same as part of a speech, but you'll see that you have that in another video. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the parts of the sentence, which is something called the subject. Usually the subject goes at the beginning of the sentence and is usually a noun, the name of a place, the name of a person, a noun phrase, or a pronoun. Two, it's the verb, which comes right after the noun and is usually an action or a feeling. You know that verbs can be actions or feelings or abstract feelings, or actions that we don't really see that are abstract, like the verb to be, which is the state of being. And it always comes right after the subject or a noun. And then it comes the complement, which is kind of the end of that thought or the sentence. And that can be anything from a prepositional phrase, an adverb, it can be an adjective, a noun phrase, a direct object, an indirect object. It can refer many names in depending what type of phrase it's at the end of that sentence. Now, let's talk about simple sentence. So a simple sentence just has a subject and a verb, and it makes a complete idea in English, okay? So in every sentence has to have a subject, has to have a verb, has to have a complete thought. It usually begins with a capital letter. When you're starting to write a paragraph or any sentence, you start with the capital letter. And then after each word, you leave a space. And usually, or always, any sentence has a punctuation at the end. In this case, it could be a period, an exclamation mark, or a question mark. In this example we see here, we have the white dog likes to play on the rug. So the subject will be the white dog, right? That's called, and in this case, it's a noun phrase. And then it comes the verb to like, which is that would be the verb. It's no action. It's just the verb to like. And then to play on the rug will be the complement or what completes the whole idea. And in this case, to play on the rug, it's actually a prepositional phrase, but we'll get into that later, or you'll learn that later. So that's just a simple sentence. More examples of simple sentences are, for example, the black stones are shiny, the little cat is looking at us, and her name is Penny. So this is more examples, and as you can see in the last sentence, her name is Penny. Her, it's actually a pronoun, and it's a possessive pronoun that describes who Penny is. So the subject of this sentence is her name. So just want to clarify that. Now, you can also have in a simple sentence, you can also have something called compound subjects, meaning that you can have two or more subjects in your sentence. For example, my ball and glove are new. Here, ball and glove are two subjects in one sentence. Or Mia and Julie went to the baseball game. Mia and Julie went to the baseball game. So their subjects are, before the verb. And then the other one is Sam, Adam, and I will be there, will be at the game. So Sam, Adam, and I is three people, meaning there is three subjects in the sentence. You can also have compound verbs, meaning you can have more than one verb within a sentence or within a simple sentence. So in this case, I put we talked and laughed for hours. So talk and laughed for hours. Always remember, if you have two or more verbs in a sentence, they always have to agree in the verb tense. So if you're writing talked, which is in the past, you have to say left for the past as well. You cannot use one in present and one in the past. No, they both have to be in the past, or they both have to be in the present, or they both verbs have to be in the future, or in whatever verb tense you're using. The next one is a sentence, but it's a question. It's a question. A question is it a sentence. So, did you eat or drink anything? And then the last sentence is, I'll go and get some lemonade. So, going back to the question, eat and drink are two verbs. They're both in the present. So, eat and drink are in the present, both in the present here, but the sentence it's in the past, or the question is in the past. So remember that in English, we use the auxiliary of did to ask in the past, but the base of the verb goes in the present. So English is very weird with that, and I'm not gonna get into that. That's a whole lesson, and I think you already know that from your previous grammar class, but if you don't, you can always ask. And then in the last sentence, go and get. Those are two also different verbs. And in this case, the sentence is in the future. I will go and get. You don't have to repeat will in the second one. So for the future, but I will go, and it's supposed to be I will get. But in this case, you can just say I will go and get some lemonade, because you're using the conjunction on. And if you have any questions, you can inbox me, you can text me to make an appointment, or you can just go to my Zoom room. Thank you very much for watching, and hope this helps you clarify how simple sentences work. Bye bye.